All right. All right, guys. So, got a lot of questions about the next level and focus programs. And I think instead of sending out an email, I'll just make a video, kind of take you through a mock day of each, just so you have a better idea of which one you might be interested in. All right. So, one of the things that I said is I wanted to stay true to the programming that you see every day as much as possible for a few reasons. One, I think it's sufficient to get in really good shape. But I also think that being a part of the group and staying with your buddies is important. It's part of why CrossFit is awesome and why you come here. So this is today's workout. We have for the strength, you're going to work up on a complex of a power snatch, a squat snatch, and an overhead squat. And following that, we have the workout of the day, 12-minute AMRAP, 4 power snatches, 4 ring muscle ups, and 4 overhead squats, with the weight at 135 and 95 for both the snatch and the overhead squat. So this is a perfect example. I'm not going to change this workout because I love it. I love it for a lot of reasons. There will be days when maybe I change the time domain for like the next level program, or maybe I'll put more of an emphasis on the gymnastics part if you're doing the gymnastics focus program. But I love it. I'm not going to change it. You get to be a part of the class. With that said, though, I am going to add some stuff for you guys to do as accessory work after the fact. So let's start with the next level program. As the name implies, it's next level for a reason. So if you're kind of on the fence, you're not sure if you want to do it or if you can handle it, this is kind of what it would look like. It's an exaggerated version, but after the workout's complete, so we got our 12-minute AMRAP, you guys are going to rest for 4 minutes, and then for time, we got 50 chest-to-bar pull-ups or 50 kipping pull-ups for time. Following that, we got a 2-minute rest, and then we're going right into 150 double unders for time. So we had 150 double unders broken up into 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 earlier in the week. So now we're going to test it a few days later to see what the capacity is to do it all in a row. So 150 without any rest or whatever rest you need after doing a lot of shoulder intensive work. All right. So these two would be pretty much following the workout, and then you take your time whenever you want. We have 4 sets of 8 weighted step-ups because we haven't squatted or done some lunge work in a while, and I love working unilateral stuff. And these are going to be on the heavier side for step-ups, so think 8 pretty challenging reps. There shouldn't be like I can get 5 more or 10 more. It should be 8 pretty challenging reps. And then we're going to finish the day off with some rotational core work. I know we had a lot of sit-ups yesterday, but a lot of what we do is in the frontal plane, so it's good to work in another one. And like I said, exaggerated version. You're not always going to see like crazy stuff like this every day where it's like a whole nother workout. Some days it'll just be some accessory stuff, some core stuff, maybe a few bike sprints or what have you. But if you can't handle a day like this, then next level might not be for you, which brings me to the next one. So the focus programs, as I see it, are 3 distinct programs, all right? 3 different areas of CrossFit or fitness that you may want to focus on, hence the name. And all 3 of these today are also going to be add-ons to do after the workout or whenever you can hit it. But on the strength side, we have we're going to add some tempo front squats after the workout. So tempo meaning that we're going to change the amount of time it takes for you to descend into that squat. So maybe we'll slow it down to like a 5-second descent. Maybe I'll add a 3-second pause in the bottom, and then you coming up, standing up out of the hole as fast as you can. It's good, again, good to vary up the time and the weights and stuff, but this one's going to be an emphasis on controlling the movement all the way down and in that disadvantaged bottom position. So the weight won't be incredibly heavy, but you're going to be building strength in some of the weaker positions. Same thing applies to these pausing snatch deadlifts. So we deadlifted heavy on Wednesday. So we're not going to go crazy with the weight. You're looking at like around your 1 rep max of the snatch, or maybe just a little bit heavier. We're going to do these with a snatch grip. We're going to pause maybe about an inch off the floor for 3 seconds, and maybe an inch under your knee for a few seconds, and just above the knee. So you're building positional strength without going crazy on the nervous system, because the weight isn't going to be too crazy. And finally, we have some weighted push-ups, so probably like 3 sets, 10 reps, and that would take care of the strength. Again, this is sort of an exaggerated version. You won't always see like 3 or 4 different things after a strength. Just wanted to kind of give you a feel of what you might be in for. So on the gymnastics side, we just had all of that overhead work, doing those muscle ups or pull-ups. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take advantage of those warm shoulders, but since we were focusing on the press, now we're going to focus on some negatives, on the negative, the eccentric portion, and you're going to lower your body down to the bottom of a handstand push-up as slowly and as controlled as you can. All right. Now for this and something like a weighted pull-up, what if you can't do it? Good question. So the beauty of this program, the beauty of everything we do in here, is that it's infinitely scalable. So it's scalable for the beginner all the way up to the advanced athlete. So if you're a beginner, maybe you've never kicked up into a handstand, right? So we're obviously not going to practice lowering your body. We may just practice kicking up into a handstand, or some handstand holds. Or we may take it even back further to just kicking up into a headstand and you learning how to be upside down and kick up to the wall. On the flip side, though, you think, I got handstands, push-ups, no problem. Okay, well, can you do a 7-second negative, slow and controlled from top to bottom without falling in the last few inches with a 45-pound plate underneath your hand, or a 45 and a 25, right? Like I said, infinitely scalable. And then perhaps what I'm going to do is have you do some false grip work. So we may just work holds today, holds on the ring where you're in the extended position in that weird false grip, or maybe have you hang from the bar. That may be followed by some hollow body holds, because we did a lot of dynamic core work yesterday with the sit-ups. Today we might just work on that positional strength and holding that, because the hollow body is everything for gymnastics. And even though I wouldn't have you do it today, I put kip swings on here to emphasize foundational work, because like that the name implies, foundational work is everything. And once again, infinitely scalable, right? I can barely do a kip swing. Okay, then maybe we're going to work on hanging from the rig. Or I got kip swings, no problem. I don't got to do them anymore. All right, but can you do 30 controlled kip swings with a nice tight kip? And whenever I tell you to stop, you can stop on a dime. Or more importantly, can you do it without feeling like your shoulders are going to rip off? Because if you can't, then you got some room to grow, like we all do. And finally, on the conditioning side, we have some rowing intervals. So I believe we did some biking yesterday, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 calories. But now what we're going to do is we're going to do some intervals on the rower, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, with a time domain of like somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes. And we're going to work on maintaining a specific pace, which I'll have you start off with a 40-second sprint at about 90%. So you get a feel for what a very fast sprint would be like, and then we'll take about 85% of that, and that's what number you're going to hit. And we're going to work on a couple things. It's not just getting fitter, but you're also going to learn things like, what should your stroke rate be for this? How much should you return? So should it be a deep return to the rower? Should you use shorter strokes? Depending on meters and calories and all that. Another factor to consider is, at what time do you start to get the deer in the headlights look? For me, in a 20-minute workout, it was always 13 minutes for whatever reason. That was when I knew I started to get in trouble and had to really grind to push on. But hopefully, over the course of weeks and months, you can push that to 14 minutes, 15, 16, whatever it is. And the other thing, truthfully, is it's really hard to get good at rowing when you got snatches and toes to bar and muscle ups to worry about. So let's focus, as the name implies, on getting better at the rower. All right. So these are 3 of the focus programs. What I would suggest is you choose one and focus on that. Can you do more than one? Yes, but I wouldn't suggest it just because it's going to start to become a little too much with the class programming and this on top of it. If you're doing more than one, it's going to be a lot. What I would personally choose is what I'm weakest at. So what I need a lot of growth in. You can go with the one you're interested in too, right? I just wanted to give you guys as many options as possible. So hopefully that answers any questions that you had. But if you have any more, feel free to reach out to me, or you could ask one of the coaches about it, and hopefully they'll answer them. All right. So look forward to working with you guys. Take care.